Hey, what's going on, folks? It's 3:30 in the morning, 3:30 a.m. Long story. Couldn't sleep. Those darn dogs had me up. My one dog, she was downstairs laying. She was barking to go outside. So I had to get up and put her out. And in the meantime, it was freezing cold. I opened up that door and I almost lost it. I almost lost it. It was so cold. So I came back upstairs and the TV was on and I went back in bed. And don't you know, my dog starts tripping out, barking at the TV because she saw a dog on a commercial or a TV program. So my wife starts yelling at the dog, "Riley, shut up," And I'm like, you know something? This is a bunch of horse pucky. So I got up. I was all pissed off. I got up and at that point I was up. And now I can't stop yawning. Since I started yawning, I can't stop now. But, so I just said, forget it. Let me just come in this room. I put the little space heater on. And, I mean, it's cold out there, man. It is so cold out there. Like I said, I opened up that door. Oh my God. I never felt air that cold in my life because I had a pair of shorts on. I had my little skibbies on and a t-shirt. I just had my sleeping attire on. And I opened up that door to let that dog out and I was like, whoa, that'll wake you up quick. That will wake you up quick. So here I am, I'm up in a bedroom like a clown at 3:30 in the morning. So I figured I might as well shoot a video. Excuse me. I might as well shoot a video. I've had these knives on my desk for 3 days now. Haven't touched them. Because there's so much chaos that's been going on in this house lately. So, this is the perfect time to shoot this video. But anyway, let's take a look at some of these pieces. These are, of course, in no particular order. These are, again, some of the knives that I really enjoy carrying on my person, and I just enjoy them. So let's take a peek at them, shall we? The first one up here. I can't believe I'm doing this video at 3:30 in the morning. I really can't, because I am tired. This knife here, as you can see that stag on this thing and the fit and finish. But this knife is one of my favorite knives ever. And it sounds weird, don't it? Because, guys, you're not gonna believe it. It's a Colt. It's a Colt knife. And these Colt knives are built. They are, well, how do I say this? They are some of the best built knives that I have ever put my hands on. These Colt knives, seriously, they are, I mean, they are the best quality knives. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm yawning now, that I have ever put my hands on. And they are just, check that Skinner blade out. Just check that whole knife out. Check that shield out. Look at this stag. Guys, this knife is just, man, I'll tell you what, I would never get rid of this knife. I just love it too much. I'm a cornball, ain't I? But, hey, man, when it's quality, it's quality. The action on this puppy is outstanding. And I'm 6 minutes in and I'm already talking about just one knife. This is the Copperhead. That's the Copperhead. Here's another one. This is the Canoe. Equally as impressive. I mean, you just can't get, I don't care. I don't care how cheap of a knife it is. You just can't get better than that, man. Look at that stag. That stag is on point. On point. I love this Canoe. I love Canoe knives. They just look real nice, man. They got that profile to them. They're the perfect size knives, man. Look at that spear blade. I love that spear blade that comes with these Canoe knives. But the action is just so smooth. There's your pen blade. Just all good stuff, you know what I mean? If I could find Colt knives, I'd buy every Colt knife. Every Colt knife there was under the sun. Because they're that good. They're that good. I would put these knives up against, I don't care how expensive the knife is. I would put this knife up against it. Am I just tired or am I hallucinating or what? Nah, I really like them. I really like them. They're quality, man. I don't care if they're Chinese made or what they are, but man, them things are just awesome. Let's keep moving along. What are we looking at here? Here's a good one. This is what I talk about. This is a perfect example when I talk about Rough Rider knives, man. Check this Rough Rider Canoe out. Now, this is only one example I brought out. Now, I have quite a few Rough Riders in my collection because I personally think that what you pay for these knives are just unbelievable. I think this knife was about $15, if that. It might have even been a little cheaper than that. But just look again at that bone. You've got that inlay there of the horseshoe. You got the double R's in the middle there. And really, really nice action on them. 440A steel. You've got that cool writing with that Rough Rider, that old school Rough Rider. And just look at that knife, man. Come on. I mean, for the sake of love. That knife is just bad. You know, that, you know, you got to give credit when credit is due. And these Rough Riders, this is only one example. But just a great piece, man. I'll tell you what. For a $15 knife, you know, how do you beat that? How do you look at that backside? Look at that pile side. Look how beautiful that bone is. And if you held this in your hand, if you held this knife, you would really see what I'm talking about, because it feels quality. It feels like a quality knife, and it's a Rough Rider, and it's about 15 bucks. And they just get me every time, man. You know, regardless, I can't help it. Yeah, they're Chinese knife. Yeah, for sure. But man, oh man, I can't let that go. I can't let that slip, man. I just can't. I can't do it. I'm weak. I'm weak like that. But there it is. Rough Rider. They're good knives. For what you pay. For what you pay. This is one of my favorites of all time. I went out on a limb. I didn't even know what this knife was, man. This is an Indian head. And I showed this quite a few times on my channel. And, well, till today, it's still one of my favorites. It stayed one of my favorites in my collection. It's a Stockman. Solage in Germany. Of course, it's going to be a great knife because it's a Solage, and anything made in Germany is just, you're talking the best knives, I think, right, you know, on the planet, as far as quality and, you know, if you want to pick up a good knife, let's see if I could get in on there. It's the other side, I think. That's what you want to see right there. See where that reads Solage in Germany? Do you see that tang stamp? When you see anything that says Solage in Germany written on that tang stamp, get the money out of your pocket quick. Get the money out of your pocket quick, because you're talking a badass knife. It reads right there, Indian head, handmade Germany. And this is C. Reisner arrowhead. What's that say? Indian head. And you got that inlay of the Indian head right there. Isn't that cool? And to finish it off, you've got this beautiful bone. Look at that jigging on this bone. It's a Stockman. We'll go ahead and, just for the fun of things, we're going to give you a look. We're going to give you a look at the whole thing in its open configuration. You'll have to deal with me. I'm a little sleepy here. I'm a little sleepy. But check that out. You think that's a cool knife? That's a wicked knife right there. That's a nice Stockman, isn't it? You got that long pull on it. You got that beautiful jigging. Well, you can't get jigging better than that. Isn't that jigging beautiful? You got that shield Indian head there that ties everything together. I never heard of this knife before. Here it is. Indian head. I never heard of Indian head. Solage in Germany. I never heard of it. But I went out on a limb and picked it up. Look at them back springs. It's got a little patina going on the back spring. Real cool. Real nice, man. That's real tight back spring. That's a bad knife right there, man. Anyway, here's a great one these are all knives I never even really heard of. I was unaware of these. But look at this saw cut bone on this Barlow. Just take a look at this Barlow. It's a bluegrass. You see it stamped right there? Bluegrass. And this is one of the best Barlows I got in my collection, man. This thing is crazy, crazy good. I mean, crazy good. Look at that saw, man. Look how beautiful that saw cut is on that bone. You got the long pull on the main clip blade there. What else do we have? And of course, we've got the good old pen blade. Gotta have the pen blade on the Barlow, right? Wouldn't be a Barlow unless it was you had the pen blade on there. But just look at that piece. That is a beautiful, beautiful Barlow. Love it. Love this knife, man. Love carrying this knife around with me, man. I just love it. You can see, take a look at them back springs. No brass on these back springs. See it? Check that out, that back spring, how beautifully done that is. That's a beautiful back spring, isn't it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bluegrass. I forget who makes this. Somebody told me who makes bluegrass. I forget. This one, man, I'll tell you what, I picked this. I picked these all up on a whim. Just by looking at pictures, I just say, you know something, that looks like a nice knife. That looks like something I'd like to carry. And this is one that I have heard of, but I just fell in love with the way it looked in the pictures. I fell in love with it. Then I started carrying it, and I became more in love with it. This is wait for it. Now look at this blade. This is a Queen City. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Queen City. You got your main clip blade here, right? Now look at this blade. Look at the profile of this knife. Look at the jigging. And these knives are all affordable. I think this knife was, I don't know, like 30 bucks or something like that. Maybe not even. Cheap. This was on the cheap. But half stops, beautiful half stops. I didn't mention that. Then you got this. Then you got this nice big, long pen blade or whatever you call it. Check that out, right? Has a secondary blade. Not done yet. Look at do you hear that snap on this thing? Look at the pile side of that bone. Just look at that bone. It gets better. Keep your pants on. Hold your pants up. But bow. Look at that fit and finish on that back spring. Check that fit and finish out on that back spring, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Queen City. That is a Queen City. Tell me that ain't a pretty knife to stick in your pocket and a slip in EDC for the day. Tell me that's not a fun carry piece. You got that bar here, that inlay of that, just a bar it looks like. But nevertheless, I think it's cool as all get out. Look at that back spring. That's a pretty piece, man. That's a pretty piece. I've talked about this about 4,000 times on my channel. I never knew K-Bar made, I only thought K-Bar made fighting knives. I didn't know K-Bar made little folders and Barlows and stuff like this. This is one of the best Barlows. It's on half stops. This is one of the best Barlows that I picked up or I have in my collection. It's a K-Bar. 1013. Just a great Barlow. This is another one in saw cut. You got that saw cut bone. Don't you love saw cut bone? Saw cut bone is just, man, it just does it for me. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't saw cut bone beautiful? But look at this piece. This was on the cheap too. I picked this little K-Bar up cheap. It was cheap. Wasn't expensive at all. But man, I'll tell you, effective, action-wise, in the looks department, it's a great looking little piece. Take a look at that fit and finish now on the back of that. Look at them back springs. Can you get any better than that? Can you get any better than that? That is tight. That is tight and right. Tight and right. And the last one I saved. This thing here is going to blow your mind. It's going to blow, and it blew my mind. This is the biggest Stockman that I have in my collection. I didn't even know they made Stockmans this big. Never had a clue they made Stockmans this big. I thought the next size down was the biggest Stockman that Buck made. This is a Buck Stockman. But what makes this one so special, okay? This is an older piece too. This has got some years on it, believe it or not. But I picked it up clean. It's a clean piece. But it's older. Look at them back springs. Right? But look how big. Wait a minute. Wait for it now. Look how big this Stockman is. I mean, this thing, I don't know if it's coming across on the camera really how big it is. It's a Buck 307. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Buck 307. And this thing is big. It's a biggin. And it is just, I mean, quickly rose up to the top of my favorite carry pieces. I really don't have a slip yet for this one because it's so big. The slips that I have barely fit it because I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, this is the biggest Stockman that I think there is out there. This is the biggest Stockman out there. I mean, this thing is got some size on it. And I love it. And I just think, just for the pure cool factor, I mean, come on, man. This thing, you got it. You got that saw cut, that Delrin, that black saw cut Delrin. Love that black saw cut Delrin. But look at the size of this clip blade by itself. I'm trying to give you an example on how big this thing is. Look at the size of that clip blade. Tell me that thing is not bad. I mean, back springs, brass liners. Got some gapping back there, a little gapping on the back there. But just check that clip blade out. It almost takes up a good part of my hand. Nevertheless, it's just a really, 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 really cool piece. And I like this one. I like this one quite a bit, man. It's a fun carry piece. But I just got to get a slip. I mean, it's so big, it sticks out like that much on a normal slip, man. You got to get a special slip for this guy. I got to take some measurements and see if I could have a slip made. But anyway, there are a few more of, oh no, I forgot one. Oh, the best one. Look at this, man. I got one of John's sheath. This is a sheath that I had John specially make for me. John from JO Ventures Outdoors. And this was his I have one of his early projects. He made this for me a long time ago. This is when John first started out. And I still, to this day, love this slip sheath. He made this for me. I told him I wanted it to be custom formed, fitted, and look how he fitted this. Look what he did. How beautiful he fitted this knife. This is a great knife, man, because I wanted this to carry. I wanted this slip to carry. And look how beautiful. He put the bead on it. Okay? This is John from JO Ventures Outdoors. Look how beautiful that slip is, guys. Look at how beautiful. And look at the wear on it. Look how beautiful that wear is on it. Check that out, man. But just look at this knife. Feast your eyes on this particular knife here. This is a joker. Look at the stag on this, but look at the bone. Just look at this. Let's pop the blade. You want to talk about lockup, and you want to talk about a serious piece. You want to talk about a serious EDC knife. You can see it right there. It's a Joker Cocker. So if you're looking for this one, type in Joker Cocker and it'll come up. But Joker knives are really, really made nice, man. They're nice knives. They're mostly fixed blades, these Jokers. But this one, I came across this one with this bone. Look at that. And there was no way I was letting that one go. You got this beautiful spear point blade. Look at that spear point. Or is that a drop point blade? What would you call that? A spear or a drop? But man, this thing, I right away reached out to John and I told him what we were working with. I said, John, I got a big piece here. I don't know, man. I don't know if you could make it happen. And he was graciously up for the challenge. And look how this thing fits in this. Just look at it now. Watch how it sucks it in. Watch how it sucks. Boop. Did you see it just suck in that slip? But every time I look at this package and I look at this slip and I look at this beautiful bead he put on it, I just couldn't ask for anything more. I just love this slip. Isn't it beautiful? Tell me that slip isn't beautiful. Look at the back end of it. Look at the back end. Look at the leather up here. How it's from being in the pocket. See how what happens to leather once it rides in a pocket? See it getting all smoothed over and shiny? That back end? That's from riding in the pocket. But this is, I have a piece of John's very, very, very early work. John did this for me a long time ago. He did this for me a long, long time ago. My man John. J.O. Ventures Outdoors. Check him out, man. You got to check John out. His quality of leather, his craftsmanship, he has really, really gotten really, really good at his craft. But I love that piece. Love that piece. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Now I think I just about showed everything. So, if yous are up and about, or if you see this video, drop me a comment if all possible. Let me know what you think about these knives. Let me know what you think about these carry pieces. And show me some of your favorite carry pieces. Come on, throw them up there. Throw them up on the table. We're talking cutlery. This channel's about cutlery. Okay? It's not about nothing else. This channel is about cutlery. I want to see some cutlery, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see cutlery, knives. You guys be good, be well, be safe. And seriously, I ain't joking. Stay warm, because you could get in some serious trouble out there if you are out there for any amount of time and you ain't dressed properly. Because they say these temperatures they haven't seen temperatures like these in years. We're in like this deep freeze, man. We're in a deep freeze. So bundle up. Put your earmuffs on. Put your earmuffs on, guys. You guys take care and be well. And I think that was a record for me, a 34-minute video. Did you watch that whole video? Yes, you did. Don't lie, you watched it. All right, take care, guys. Stay well.